welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is your babe Antoinette, and if this is your first time here, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you. It's a beautiful place for you to be, and I want you to please join this family by just smashing that red subscribe button down below. If you're the oldie and goodie, like I've always been saying, you guys are the real MVP. I love you guys so much. So today is really the topic we are going to be handling today is not an easy one. It's no fun, right? So this debate is actually going on here in Sierra Leone. People are actually talking about allowing pregnant girls to go to school. I was like seriously? You know, there's one thing about Sierra Leoneans. I don't know if this is actually common in other places in the world, but we tend to talk positively about things that we feel related to. You know, in this part of the world, you're not supposed to say the truth when people are expecting you to say something else. And so this topic has been going on for a while now, but I think it just got hotter very recently. And I'm here to give my own opinion on the matter. I want you all to know, if you don't know, that I am a social worker, and I'm one that is very passionate about girls and women empowerment. And so 2 years back, I established a girl foundation, the Our Girls Foundation Sierra Leone, where we mentor girls and then we do the little that we can to support girls in school. Okay, so that is just it. And then I work for Rainbow, and if you're in Sierra Leone, then you know what Rainbow does, or you've seen my video about Rainbow. Okay, so you know I'm really into girl and women empowerment stuff. Okay, so this thing has been going on. People want pregnant girls to be allowed in school. Now, first of all, I want you to know that I am not going to subscribe to that. I don't believe it's okay. I don't think it's okay for pregnant girls to be allowed in school. The first thing I'm going to say here is, you allowing a pregnant girl to go to school is going to be a big handwriting on the wall for other girls, telling them that it's actually okay to have sex and it's actually okay to become pregnant during the process. And then you can go to school, you can do everything as normal, and everything will be okay. So it's going to be a big indicator, okay, that this is actually something okay. It's cool, you can be pregnant and then you can come to school. It's just okay. Yeah, it's modernization, we are growing. I don't think you want, for the sake of that one girl, you don't want loads of other girls to be stumbled here, because that one girl is definitely going to be a reason for so many others to follow suit. These girls are little, their mindsets are fragile, they cannot think and make decisions on their own. And so if they see a pregnant girl in their midst coming to school, everything is okay, don't you think that is something easy for them to copy? Because now most of these girls, they don't get pregnant because they are afraid. Some of them don't involve in sexual acts because they are afraid of getting pregnant. And so at least that thought that, oh, if I get pregnant, I'll be driven away from school and all of those things, prevent them from actually getting pregnant or involving in sex. But now if we just say, okay, everything is okay, you can come to school, you can come, they are going to be involved in sex more than ever. You want the teenage girls, the pregnant girls, to come to school, but you've not thought about the psychological effects that this is going to cause her. She's not going to be okay, for crying out loud. I mean, people are going to be pointing fingers, and you cannot stop that. Her friends are going to desert her. She's going to cry. She's going to be depressed. Is that okay? People are going to be pointing fingers, because some of these girls, they are really mature. If they are just putting on their normal clothes, you won't tell whether they are 18 or below 18. But just imagine if she's putting on her uniform. Everyone is going to know this is a school-going girl and she's below 18. She's pregnant. So people are just going to stare at her, which is not good for her. And think about the harm that this pressure and stress is going to cause to the unborn baby. I know you've not thought about that. But yes, if a pregnant woman is stressed, it's going to affect the baby. And so the constant stares, the discrimination and all of those stuff is going to affect the unborn baby. I'm sure you don't want that for that girl. People keep talking about her right to education, her right to education, and right to education. To every right, there is a responsibility. Here you constantly hear people talking about their rights. Everybody is aware of their rights, but nobody talks about their responsibilities. Nobody talks about their responsibilities, and that is where we are lagging behind. If you don't know what you're supposed to do for the country, all you know is what the country is supposed to give to you, then there is a big problem. Her right to education is there, and she is also supposed to be focused in school. Now you want her to be allowed in school. We all know that pregnancy is one of the toughest things in the world, if not the toughest. I have not been pregnant, but I've lived with so many pregnant people. I've witnessed what they go through on a daily basis, and I know it's never an easy job, and you know that. Now, back in uni, we had ladies in their late 20s, early 30s that were pregnant. Even though they were strong enough to carry a baby, but it was never easy for them. Okay, you see them dragging their chairs, struggling to make it. It's only by the grace of God that some of them got promoted from one semester to the other and eventually succeeded. But it was always very difficult for them. How do you think that 15-year-old girl, that 16-year-old girl is going to cope being pregnant and going to school? We've had stories of girls sleeping in classes because the attention, they can't be focused. They have so much going on in their minds. They are thinking about labor. They are afraid of the whole process. They can't pay attention in class. So why do you want to put them through that unnecessary pressure? Yeah, and then come to think about it, what happens if a pregnant girl goes into labor during a class, in the middle of a class? She goes into labor. What do you want the teacher to do? Do you want all the other 40-something or 50-something girls in the class to stop what they are all doing, stop what they are doing, and just pay attention to the girl in labor? Have you thought about pregnancy hormones? These are things that change every now and then. There will come a day she will be in school, she will abuse the teacher, she will not be comfortable with her friends, she will not play with her friends because of the pregnancy hormones. They are going to be changing every now and again. How do you want her to cope, for goodness sake? Why are you pushing something that has more harm than good? I thought you were fighting for these girls. And then the thing about social work, or you being an advocate, is that you should do something that the person wants. Okay, that is why we don't make decisions for people. You say you empower them, you help them to see, okay, this is okay, that doesn't seem to be okay, and then you allow them to decide. Okay, you want to make this decision on behalf of the girls. Have you asked pregnant girls if they really want to be in school during pregnancy? You think she's going to say, okay, I'd like to go to school, okay, I'd like to, because you are supposed to do something that the person wants, not something that you think is right. You're working for the people. A social worker works for the people, not just what I feel related to or what I think is right. No, you don't decide. Allow people to make their decisions. You don't want to put a pregnant girl through so much stress because you think she's supposed to be in school. She shouldn't miss. Yeah, and then you don't want her to miss a whole 9 months, but eventually during that 9 months there will come a time that she is going to drop out of school. We don't want that, but that is the sad truth. You know, if it doesn't happen in the first trimester, it's definitely going to happen in the third trimester. She's going to drop out of school one way or the other. If she drops out of school in the third trimester, let's say the 9th month to put to bed, she's not going to come back to school until she's strong enough to come back to school. So why put her through all the extra pressure when you know there will come a time she's definitely going to drop out? Okay, let's take this scenario. This girl, okay, we've allowed them. They've been coming to school from the 1st month to the 8th month, and then the 9th month is time for Becca. They are going to take the Becca exams. But unfortunately or fortunately, she's still going to be giving birth in that 9th month. She has been coming to school for a whole 8 months with the pregnancy, and now it's time for her to give birth, and the examinations is on the other side. How do you think that is possible? Let's say she missed that exams because she was in the hospital giving birth. What was the essence of her coming to school for the whole 8 months? What was the essence? So you just put her out there, expose her to danger of people staring and pointing fingers at her, when in the event she's not going to do what she's supposed to be doing in school. You see, so I don't really think this is okay. For me, what I want us to advocate for is that we have funds to provide learning materials for these girls, and then we go around and do a tour, find pregnant girls, hand over these learning materials to them, so that once in a while in their homes they will be reading, so that their brains will be awakened. Okay, so that they read once in a while, maybe an hour or two during the day. They'll be reading just so they don't forget, and then after they give birth they can now come back to school and continue. I mean, we've seen girls that got pregnant in school, they drop out of school, they give birth, and then they come back again to school, and today they are so successful. So if that happens today, it can happen to anybody as long as that person wants to be educated. That is the problem. You empower someone for something that he wants, okay, not forcing something on someone. So if that person wants that girl wants to be educated, after she puts to bed she'll then come back to school. But during the pregnancy, let's just be going, searching for them, counseling them, giving them learning materials just so their brains can be warming up once in a while. So that is just what I thought about. If you have any comments, concern, or whatever, just drop them down in the comment section. Let me hear your views, okay? I've said what my opinion is. Let me hear your views in the comment section. But honestly, I don't think it's okay for pregnant girls to be allowed in school, because they are going to suffer much more than you think you're helping them. And so if there's anything you want me to talk about in this channel, feel free to drop it in the comment section. I mean, I'm all here for you. And then please don't leave without subscribing, okay? Join this family by hitting that red subscribe button down below and join this family. I love you all so much. Please don't forget to hit the like button, give me a big thumbs up, okay? And then in our little corners, let's try to be counseling girls and just tell them how important it is to stay focused in school. This will help us more than we can imagine. I mean, this is what we are supposed to be doing, and not exposing pregnant girls by sending them to school during their pregnancy.